all of our people. There are several of them. We're going to be talking about BioDiet today, and that's biological and diet. And we're talking about a program that we have invented called Diet. There are a lot of things that the government does to try to make us healthy, and not too long ago, they make a diet and diet books, anything diet, into a disease. One of the better things they ever tried to do, but the real we're doing is that they control it if it was a disease. And I really think diet and weight management and can't gain weight, I happen to think that's a metabolic disease. And that people just don't realize it. It's the same as getting diabetes or whatever. There's so much going on. And when you look at all the information about diet, I just looked up books. 253 million diet books on the internet, or stories or articles about the books. Are books about diet or tall or short or fatty or skinny or whatever, but it hasn't been very entering this into a disease. Maybe the lobbies or something, because there's really some kind of diet plan going on in every community, from take off pounds sensibly to I can't think of any of those. Jag and Weight Watchers and are all there. 253 million. I even ran into an article, a father who said the government refused to allow him to have custody of his children because he was too fat. He started out 30 man with 2 kids, 8, 5, and 6. And he lost custody. He did weigh 100 and some pounds, 522 pounds, and he's lost a couple of 100 pounds. But the government does say that he is too fat to be able to take care of his own children. If it doesn't hurt his ability to get up and around, the problem is, so a lot of times, people who are judged to be stupid or slow, and they've judged this guy to be too fat to have their own children. Let's put a link up for all of you. States limit drug prescriptions for Medicaid patients. Rationing begins. The more weight we gain, the more stress it is on our bodies. So lots of things going on, from these are the biochemicals you need to watch to these are the body types you need to watch. So let's do a bit of that. This is something to be done simply through Nano Voice that's available for you at nanovoice.org. Let's put that in for everybody. Voice.org. Take a sample of your voice. We're going to be doing that. Looking at the possibilities of what could be happening. Now, you would have a microphone to do this, but any old mic will do for which you can look at on your computer. So we look at let's look at three major types of neurotransmitters that take care of weight. And dopamine is sharp. So we have too much dopamine, it can be one issue, and if too little, another issue. It's also associated with disease. So dopamine is about motor control. Also controls the ability of your body to use thyroid, carnitine, which are catalase to clean up blood. Here's your mood, your attention span. But it's also a receptor. It's a growth hormone, and it's used by the hypothalamus. It can't cross the blood-brain barrier. It's also involved with it, but the type of dopamine is incredibly important. There that you want to look for serotonin. Serotonin is the number F. If you want to write that down, inhibits emotion, like anger, aggression. Our body temperature is running up and down. You probably have a serotonin issue. Can't control your temperature. Food, sexuality type, and you crave sweets if you have trouble with serotonin. Norepinephrine is the E. It's from dopamine, and it gives you energy. It triggers your adrenal response. It's cortisol, which is another biggie in control. And is a note of F sharp. So sharp together. For norepinephrine, hold on a second. They want to cough in your ear. So norepinephrine also helps with calcium and copper. So of the big ones, we have norepinephrine, dopamine, and serotonin. For dopamine, those people usually like fat foods. The addictionalities, sometimes when they give you medications for Parkinson's that has dopamine, people turn to not addicts, but gambling addicts. So there's a lot going on there. Dopamine people just eat because they see it. It looks good to them. Use food as a reward. Copper, which is a note of B. Now, slow for those of you taking notes. lot of things that go on with this. We've created a computer program called BioDiet, and we, the Kirsten out, that's probably posted someplace on one of our here. Did James Galdolfini? It's probably posted someplace on our site. See if I find one here for you. No, that's Patricia Ladora. That's not it. But look at a lot of things looking at people's diet. For those of you who are looking for James Gandolfini, and it's on our profile somewhere, we're really looking for diet with him, but we found out that he really has a fatty body, a fatty liver. He has circulation issues. You can find out a lot more information than just looking at this D, E, and F, the major ones. I'd say D sharp, E, F, and F sharp, because F sharp's the cortisol one. Now, there's also body types, and the cortisol is the person that has the big belly. Usually, people with big bellies, it's because they have allergies and their intestines swell. They get white fat deposits in the. So for fat deposits, you can use something called fucoxanthin, Fucoxanthin, and that's seaweed, and it helps keep the brown fat, which is the good fat for the body, and get rid of the white fat. So if you have a lot of around the middle, it's called, I think it's truncal fat. It means that you probably have allergies. Wheat allergies is a big one. Bellies, which is mainly the wheat and the rye in the that all has to do with a big belly. You can have the big butt. The leptin people, and they'll have big thighs usually. Leptin is the note of E. Have E as leptin, E as serotonin. Also needs B12, and it helps with something called adiponectin, adiponectin, adiponectin. The E has a lot to do with diet. That's about the minerals that's needed. We already talked about copper, so there's calcium. Zinc. Zinc can help the body create leptin. So those big butt people are the leptin or the adrenal people. So big bottom, a big top, big bare-breasted. That's the heart stress, and they usually need something called carnitine. Now, on the other side of this, there's people who cannot gain weight, and they have very high carnitine. They have big thighs, and that's usually the person who needs protein, all the meat and egg stuff. And there's people who are big all over, and that's usually adiponectin again, which is a hormone. Several things here that we want to look at. Actin, which is a note of B. Leptin, which is a note of E. D sharp. Serotonin F. Norepinephrine is E. So go along, and if we have any volunteers, just raise your hand, and we'll see what's going on. I have to use myself as a guinea pig. It says yes. Somebody has their mic open. Hey, that's you. Did you volunteer?
You hear me?
Peggy, you're the first one with your mic open. Benita will do first, because you had your hand up. I'm going to mute Peggy. We've got at least 2 people here that will use. So, well, I don't see you on my list. Who wants to volunteer? Let's see if we can get at least 3 people. Now, we're going to use the nano voice to start and then transfer to a large one. Sharon and Peggy. I cannot find you on here. I see you chatting. First one to volunteer, but I don't see you on my list. Oh, there you are. I'm going to put you a mic. Okay, Benita, you should have a mic by now, and I hear somebody breathing into their mic.
Oh, can you hear me?
Is this Benita? Yes.
Yes.
Oh, we can hear you.
We can hear you.
Okay, shut up.
Shut up.
Because I'm hearing your feedback. Okay, it's a nano voice. Can you mute your speaker?
Yes.
Because I'm not getting that.
On?
It's gone.
Is the speaker on?
Yes, it's on. This is good. I'm not going to get feedback here. Okay, Benita, what kind of body do you have? What body do you have?
Can you hear me, Sherry?
I can hear you. You can't hear me because you turned off your speaker. We hear you fine. Just a message. Okay, talk. Write this talk until hit 500 hits. Okay,
Sherry?
You can hear you.
Okay. I could hear you until I raised my speakers a little bit.
Okay, just shut up here. I get the microphone. I'm going to talk about body shape and your basic and diet until we hit 100.
Okay. Hello. Hello, Benita. And I have had a little bit of a weight problem in my life. I seem to be doing better now that I've gotten older. I'm 59 years old. I weighed in my legs, in my thighs. I do have a big butt. I don't know if it's still big, but it's overweight. And I carry much fat in my upper body, but the half of my body seems to be much larger than the upper half of my body. A little bit more balanced these days. I started taking seaweed, mesophyllin.
So we have your 500 hits here.
Okay.
People who are body shape usually have an issue with leptin. We're going to save this, and I'm going to put BioDiet. What we do is save. We started talking, you all in sharp. Sharp, typically there's some stress and absorption in that. norepinephrine, you lack leptin, you lack serotonin, you lack the ability to control. So we begin to look at this just in terms of we have trouble with neurotransmitters. Absolutely. So,
I can't hear you too well, Sherry.
I am going to mute the mic. Okay, I muted you. Maybe you can hear me better. The echo is coming from her not being able to shut off her speaker on her. So we only have an issue here with norepinephrine, with leptin, with kidney stress, with mills. Definitely, she is a candidate to then and look at do this a different way. I'm going to put the phone number in there. I have to call the phone because I have this hooked up through your speaker. Is not working. There's too much echo and we can't understand. And the back comes through when, let's just go back. Look at, we're back, stop sharing, and look top. Audio, go to your top menu. It says audio. You go to integrated voice, and if you hit both, you hit both your microphone and your speaker, and that's what it takes when I speak to you and let else hear it. Now, a lot of you okay, you there?
Yes.
Okay, so we know what we need to look at with you, and this warrants a further look into the computer program called BioDiet.
Okay.
The thing we're going to do is run your Audacity program. And we'll do this for everyone. So you can go to local health food store or wherever and begin to look at, well, I can't get Audacity. Stop. There it is. You do this little nano voice just as the preliminary meeting. You need to go ahead and talk. 2 seconds.
Okay, my name's Cynthia, and I've had lower body fat with big legs most of my life, with big hips, small waist, small upper of the body. So I was a little bit unbalanced. I am willpower these days because of really something with the seaweed, and I lost weight in my legs. It was pretty cool. It worked out. I had problems with stomach, pimpling in my skin, so I didn't really like to wear shorts and things like that.
Okay, that's sodium phosphate dibasic. That just says their immune system is under stress when you have a cellulite. So we're going to in here our BioDiet. And that's in waves, and simply go in and look at, I'm going to put in 2 different things here. Because public BioDiet doesn't have the information in it about your receptors. So BioDiet. BioDiet. There it is. So we have always, we're going to look at amino acids, biochemicals, enzymes, genomes, medication, all of these. We're going to look for those in terms of what voice said to us. So the first step, we say accept, we import a web file, and that is under waves. Let me go back to that. We're going to put information in. We are having a 2-hour class about this bad file name, or let me even bring it in. Let's see what I did wrong.
Same thing today. It wouldn't even create a wave export file. Not that.
Weird. It's
It
nothing.
wouldn't do the data either. I spent 3 hours trying to do it.
We crashed here this morning, so nothing wrong with the way that is set up.
I took in print 5 times. They wanted to turn it into a vocal print. Wouldn't do it. Wouldn't import the data either.
Well, I'm not importing this at all. Let me see if I can get it to import something else.
The line would say bad file or misinformation.
But it is importing somebody else's, so it must have been the way we used the file to do that. Then just hold on. We have done your voice many, many times, so we have another wave in here that we've done of yours. So I can find. Until it was 2 ends. Garden diet. I can't believe that we don't have another Benita in here. Well, just try exporting it again, see what I've done wrong.
There. Okay. I was in the background left.
16 miles, so that's all right. It's going to resave this.
A few times today, too. It was just so weird. It never did give me the opportunity to export. It would go up. Import did, export never did.
I had. It'll stay that way. If it, we'll just have to do this as a demonstration another way. I'm doing the same thing, I just gave it a different name. It's in green and I can't see green very well, so I'm going to change it. The first thing you see is these little trauma spikes. So you today that wasn't good for your body. Second thing is we look at methylation, where a lot of the voices of the grid, coherence grid. Now this coherence grid moves with every person, so it's just not a computer program here. I'm just going to set and pull the points. It has 4 lows, and I think these lows look very significant. I am going to remove one and this one and roll over this. Now all of this is in the instruction booklet and that free class. Okay, they will put out for you. You can download it now. It's online on several different places if you look front page. So here's the list of frequencies. I'm going to, well, I need a name here.
When I had blood work done, I had an extremely high B12. It was like in the 1700s, and I guess I wasn't assimilating it for some reason.
Your nutrition chart?
Yes.
Did you look at that?
I looked at it, and it didn't show on it on that one. It showed that I had a milk allergy with casein.
Mm-hmm.
Did I say that right? Yeah. And that's the only thing it showed.
We're going to look at your nutrition assimilation chart for B12. This is waiting for you online too. Now, how did that just disappear? Everything we just did just disappeared off that grid. Look at that. We had a complete breakdown of computers today. But anyway, the nutrition assimilation chart is waiting for you online. So we look at B12, and you need iron, calcium, sodium, potassium, and vitamin C. And already, from telling me that you have a lot of sodium, I know your sodium isn't working well.
Okay.
So look at your B12. So I don't know where your voice just disappeared to here. But that is just weird.
Iron, calcium, and sodium.
Go look at your nutrition charts. And you downloaded the ones you got with your class and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Just go look at it and read it. Because I worried through this because I want to get some other people. Okay. We're doing this for demonstration anyway. So I want to take these two and say hello and go look at BioDiet. So I'm going to save this in a save file. I'm just going to save it because it's aggravating me at the moment. So we're going to look at the BioDiet program, the P version, the one that we're going to give you the copy of, desktop, and we put that in waves. It is. So these are frequencies that relate to all these things we want to look at. Now I am also going to open a version of this. No.
Not.
It crashed our computers. It crashed them everywhere. So I'm going to look at this version, and this version will give me the frequencies, and I'm going to move it over to the other side. I'm also going to open desktop, waves. So I have two of these open, but this one over here, I am only going to look at your genes. So on your version, because we don't make a computer program tell you need something that you can't go by, and you can't go by genes, like the A gene. Okay, circulation is in stress. You have a 5, and F sharp, the kidneys. And remember what F sharp, not hiccups now. Remember what F sharp was? You know?
Yes.
And cortisol.
Adrenal burnout, and it said that allergy was what was causing the adrenal burnout.
Very definitely. So we did that out of your diet. Cellulite was potassium issues because sodium phosphate diacetic, a sodium salt, gets stored in cellulite. Your body doesn't want to throw that away because it's very valuable and helps the body fight off any kind of immune problem. So look at this. Look at this. Cortisol, 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 cortisol. Help breathe cortisol away. Its reciprocal is oxygen. There's some good breathing techniques for cortisol. So the flucosine will help with cortisol. Stress causes high cortisol. That's the butt fat one. And but you said you had butt fat.
I have butt fat and leg fat.
A couple of your enzymes are unbalanced. There's cortisol again. And gluten, you've some kind of issue with inflammation, and could be in the bowel. Cortisol does cause inflammation in the bowel. Cravings, the body is too acid. Cysteine high. Cysteine helps take care of B12, by the way. So you go back to your nutrition assimilation chart and the amino acids and look at cysteine, and then you need B6, B12, folate, selenium, vitamin E, green, glutathione. You go back and look at what's common to each of those. Now, going on, I'm going to open this over here, and I
have
shouldn't.
osteopenia too. So that's an issue again, being assimilated. Right, and that may not. The glutathione.
Open this because it opens with the frequencies, and I'm just not supposed to be doing it that way. In your case, you know, we've got some cortisol issues we've got to take care of. Inflammation in the bowel, stress, lack of sodium, lack of iodine, so different things. So we could uncheck all this and just look at your minerals if we wanted.
I think a lot of it might be the iodine because I don't use regular table salt with it in it, and I haven't been taking any iodine supplementation either. And I just heard something that if you don't have enough iodine in your body, when people breast cancer, it will take it from the breast. So how that works, but if you don't have enough iodine in your system, it gets in out of your breast tissue, and for some reason that makes you more prone to having breast cancer.
I did not know that.
We didn't either.
We're going to move on, Vanita, and I think Peggy was the second one, and we're going to see what her issues are. Now, when we do the 2-hour class, we will use some antidotes for things like the cortisol, and if I could remember right now, I'd give it to you.
Thank you, Sherry.
You are welcome. Peggy, and oh, you're here with us. Yours sounds great. Okay. We're going to do the same thing with you. And see where we might want to go. So I open this. You just start talking, and you talk till you get 500. You ready?
Yes. Hi, it's Peggy, and I have had issues my entire life. I have tried treatments for my teeth when I was very young, and I immediately went up to 145 pounds and stayed there the rest of my life. Then I gained a lot more weight, and I was taking birth control pills, so I ended up with breast cancer, of course, too much estrogen. And I did go through an operation, but I didn't take the chemo, and found out along the way that I had a high copper content from all the I guess it was from the birth control pills.
Okay.
And
We have E 114, and that's supposed to be 42. So that of E is adiponectin and norepinephrine. So we might put those two. And norepinephrine helps the body with energy in the Krebs cycle. And go to the F, sharp, which is adrenals again. So with that, we've got an issue here. Don't have anything over here on these sides about management or bone. So we're going to do your audacity now and be for 30 seconds.
Okay. Okay. I recently I went to the doctor and got a lot of blood tests done, and I found out I have a very high selenium count, which I think is affecting my cholesterol, which is also very high. I do believe that I have adrenal and thyroid issues at this point in time. I have been taking Adrenax, and I'm taking a thyroid, and I've also been told by another person who did my information on the thyroid program, which looks at the frequency of your body and tells you which frequencies need help. And he said that I've had issues with milk products and dairy products. Am I done?
Yeah. With 30 seconds.
Sorry.
This one took, because we're going to right into that abacus program, get our list of frequencies, and just see where we're going. And we probably could run through That's good. We could run you through inflammation and allergies. You have a toxicity. These real scallopy things, that's a poison. But some things are not working. See how wide open this particular thing is? And you have inflammation, all that thick stuff.
Yeah.
Peggy, about BioDiet. Whoops, can't spell online. And make up your birthday. Just tell the computer you don't have it. Email, and we're doing BioDiet. Points. Most is high. I think he's short there. He pulled 4 lows. Now, I'm not sure that it's going to let us do this with only 4 lows, but let's check it out. I'm going to say that in my GNS file. This computer will cooperate. There is the F version. I want the P version. P public version. Things we can bring in public. And all the things that people will come to see you for, diet is probably one of the quickest. Especially to tell them why they're having problems gaining weight. I could just type up here and get to Peggy, couldn't I? Connection. We never, more stress is in eat and anything else. And leptin. Leptin is associated with adiponectin. Leptin is associated with fight and flight kind of things. That anything that comes in, you need to keep it. Also have 5 on circulation. So there's 24 points, and 10 of them are in 2 notes, E and B. That's also respiration, E and B together, and serve oxygen to the lungs. But too high, by D, too high. So you're not using your incoming resources. So we can look at vitamin A on a chart, and this chart's available for all of you. It's on our site. And to use vitamin A, you need vitamin C, D, E, the B group, choline, acidic acid, calcium, phosphorus, zinc. And zinc is associated with leptin also. Too much zinc can interfere with the production of leptin, and tell when your zinc is too low because you can't open jars very well. So all of the little hints help you. So if A is too high, you're not using it. Choline helps get rid of problems with and cholesterol. A is made from beta-carotene, which is a recycled product from biosalt. Salts make beta-carotene, and beta-carotene make vitamin A. Vitamin D, there's 2 kinds. There is the powder kind, which is dark green leafy vegetables, and there's the kind that comes from fish oil, and the kind that comes from the sun. When you get vitamin D milk, they render fluorescent lights and activate the vitamin D.
Okay.
Sorry, got a my throat.
Okay.
They activate the vitamin D, and it stays activated for about 45 minutes, and then they can put a cutout on the carton has vitamin D on it. It's just a big fat scam.
Yeah.
Sodium is high. Selenium, by the way, being high in Utah, or some even being gone. It's a balance, and it stresses the kidneys. So
right.
more is let me see if I can draw that for you. Yeah.
Okay.
Into play. So you have your liver here. It starts with nucleic acid, and the acid makes cholesterol, and cholesterol begins to make your hormones. It makes pregnenolone, and ester hormone. No matter what they're telling you that it's DHA. So pregnenolone actually is a precursor to DHA. They can't patent pregnenolone because a guy out on the market and said this is too important a drug company to have. So progesterone and progesterone, aldosterone. Aldosterone makes male hormones, makes leukotrienes, which helps with the immune system, and makes prostaglandins, and that's with inflammation. And to keep all of this clear, you have cysteine. That mostly you get from wheat, coenzyme A. That's A. Taurine, Taurine, and all of that makes the beta carotene, which in turn makes your vitamin A. So keeping your liver clean, so it goes through all of this system, and aldosterone works with the kidney and the thyroid, which has to do with energy. So if you have any of this missing, then you've some kind of a problem up the line here for liver. You have a cholesterol program. I'll show you which one it is. Hi, Kaj. Your fluoride is G sharp. We've got another old hat practitioner on here. So that adiponectin, the leptin helps control the adiponectin along with other things like relin and resistin. So we look for your adiponectin and try to get it under control. Is NOD. It's very instrumental in helping the body. It's the same frequency as nitric oxide. It helps the body breathe from the cellular level. Peptin, that's just the digestive enzyme. It's high, lactase maltase, tetrahydrobiopterin. When that's high, you've got a threat through, it's called BH4 all the time. You've got a threat in your kidney and your immune system. You need to get that ATP, that's okay for it to be high, with the exception of it may be high because it's not being useful. TP is one of the first chemicals made, is the first chemical made when conception takes place, and it keeps the DNA doing what it ought to do. So we should really look at this ATP and see why you're not using it. Ubiquitin with C sharp, but I didn't see C sharp as being an issue for you. And with this carotene high, you've got thyroid high. You know, one of the conversion factors for T3 to T4, so your body is able to balance your thyroid, is selenium. And selenium is very high and not small. That could be a problem. Selenium is on here. It's always take with vitamin A, E, and beta carotene. And see, people with cholesterol issues where those bile salts are created from the liver and gallbladder function. That's where they have trouble with cholesterol, and that's vitamin A being made, and that's what's messing up your selenium.
Oh.
You can also go to vitamin A, and what do you need to make vitamin A's work? CDE, choline. I would suspect if we did some deep digging on you, we would find choline as a major issue. Hard for closed thyroids to turn beta-carotene into vitamin A. If we were to do a vocal print for you, and there's people all over the country that can do this for you, even online, we would do thyroid, allergies, diet, see what receptors are open, and we would look at cholesterol, what's common in those groups, and I think you're going to find the choline is part of that. The choline, I want that open. Oh, what happened over there? This acid helps make choline and inositol, and that keeps your cholesterol under check along with something called bacitric acid. So cleaning your liver up is going to be really important in your case.
Okay.
Carnitine, when that's too high and you're not using it, it's usually fatty acids. Are you blood type?
Yeah.
You have trouble with fatty acids. They just have trouble being imbalanced. You get that from fish oil, and you can also get your vitamin D from fish oil.
Okay. Yeah, that was great. That's involved.
Well, this particular happy hour, if I can talk, we are put up so you can listen to it again and again, and listen to it all week, so you can go back and listen to a lot of this again if you'd like.
Thank you.
Okay, 50. We only have 2 minutes. If people can over a bit, we will do Sharon on here. What did she drop off? PRS. Is this Sharon here? So Tracy, I believe, PQRST. Well, that's a good clue that we ought to end on time, I guess. He's not here. Very sorry, but I have to join you some other time. Okay, that's okay. Aren't we supposed to save it with the Rubik's Cube? Absolutely. That little Rubik's Cube Ann is at the bottom. This is a whirlwind. There is much more information than we could possibly give you just an hour. We're just trying to get you interested in downloading the Nano Voice and yes, for this free class on Saturday. And people love these classes. They can't quite believe what's going on with them. We're giving you the software, and actually 2 softwares, Abacus to show the points that we are pulling, and this one, just the points for you. And one of the things I'm going to do here, Peggy, is I'm going to look up this toxin. So you write to me.
All right.
And I'm going to look at your GABA receptors, because I think there's something wrong with the receptors, and I just show it online because the frequency is flipped up, and I'm not allowed to do that. People put those in rice machines and everything else, and then get into trouble.
Okay.
I don't know what time the class is. It depends on what other radio shows is going on. It is 2 to 4, 4 to 6, sometimes 6 to 8. So please join us, and we'll give you a copy of this program and the Abacus too, and about how to run the program and what to look for, pictures of body types. We had a time last weekend that is running on the site. was about muscles. If you'd like a copy of that program, you're welcome to go on our and grab that. And boy, our went quick, didn't it?
Yeah. Yep.
Good grief. I'm going to stop sharing here and look at Benita's over here, and I'll drop yours into Peggy and look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of your GABA receptors are in stress. So we need to get those open because those are the precursors to dopamine, serotonin. It also shows me that you have stress in your pancreas. Your cholecystokinin is in stress. So you want to run that, I don't know if you have BioDiet, just to run that on your own. Now drop Peggy's in here and see where receptors are. Also go back and look at mapping and what you have in stress. So if you go to a practitioner near you, or if you do this with us online, then we'll run these reports and give you back the information. 1, 2, 3. You have 5 GABA receptors that are still open. So there's so much on. In your case, the body can't shut down and can't do what it needs to do. Carnitine in your case is associated with your use of insulin. So go look at, and your progesterone receptors are stressed. One of them is the same frequency as copper, which means they were a competitor to each other. So we're got down, all your stuff is too open, except dopamine receptor is too low. So the kinds of things that we have to use frequency for, you just can go buy a GABA receptor at Walmart. So those of you who want to find a near you, if we can go look at this. Go to our site, soundhealthoptions.com. Go to clinical services along the line. And at the bottom of that is a map. And it will give you practitioner locations. Like ours that is with us is Mexico. So the practitioners all over. If any of you would like to join us for the next practitioner class, there's a couple of matching scholarships are available. We had them given away, and then one person had to back out, so there's 2. You know, are you in New Mexico? Are you not on our map? This cost. So if you out west, you can get Raj Nagy to do your vocal. She's been with us, I don't know, 10 years. I don't think more than 20, but a long time. And teaching classes out there also. But if you want to get in touch with a practitioner, and we just had 2 practitioners take themselves off of the map today because they have too much business. They can't keep up. So these ones that are doing active things at the moment. So a lot of information you can find on our site. If you want to know more about classes and what's going on, it will be under FAQ, frequently asked questions, and it gives you all the different kinds of classes that we do and different kinds of clinical services that we do. Now that's taken sweet old time to open up. There's some of the training options from the free classes onto the Garden membership, which is a monthly meeting we have. I don't even remember what the next one's going to be. It's between the free classes and the Guardian is the free classes you get a 30-day use where, but with the Guardian you get a year's use of it, and then you can redo it. We tried people to give back information. This is the Acoustic Basics book, tells you everything step by step. It is on the site under radiation class and also the muscle class. So feel free and download that. I love these downloads. It just, you can get the stuff instantly. Here is Santa, she says, and she's in Santa Fe. I encourage you to get with if you're on that side of the country. Travel here, that's okay too, but you know, college is as good as I'm at this. So it specializes in sports and sports injuries. So certainly you could be here with us. And is there last questions? We'll see you Saturday. And if you want to come to meeting, it's an open meeting, free to all. Get information from our front page of our site. We want to spread the word, use these freebie programs so we can build bioacoustic centers in every city. This is an answer to this atrocious Obamacare, and somebody just sent me, right at the beginning of this, an article about CBS News, article rationing begins, limiting drug prescriptions for Medicaid patients. I told you it was going to happen, but this way around it to stay out of their clutches so they'll have to dance to their tune. We can have dominion over our own health. Because who controls health? Their quality of life. And we want it in your hands. See you next week. Remember, this has been recorded and it will be up on our site.